Hi all, welcome to the Marquee Matchups for the 11th of August. Plenty to cover this week with some new leagues starting back up like the Premier League, but of course we don't have Italy and Germany have the German Cup, so you've got a bit of work to work with, but still plenty to work with. You can smash links as always, be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at GZLegend. All the links are down below for playlists in the channel and social media links as always. Let's jump into the Marquee Matchups. So our first route this week is in Norway. This is Mold versus Rosenborg. What I'm noticing as a theme is the rare gold pack is the pack of choice for your rewards. So it's a 25k pack. But in terms of what to expect, with the lesser leagues, I would say you're probably going to get about a 70 rated squad at the very highest. Then it's kind of like a handful of rares, like 3 to 5 rares. I'm always aiming for 4, I feel that's a safe bet. 3 nationalities, it's easy but also hard at the same time in Norway. But it's also quite clever to go looking at Norwegian players as well in case they go with that option. But 5-6 out of 10 for likelihood it might not be a guarantee to happen, so be prepared. Elfsborg versus Gothenburg is a derby as well in Sweden. This route probably will not feature due to the strength of other leagues, but it's still worth covering your back nonetheless. 2 from both teams all told, so like 1 and 1 would be safe enough, or if you have a preference of 2 from either Elfsborg or 2 from Gothenburg. And then from there it's just get that 70 rate squad, 3 or 4 nations, 3 or 4 rares, and then just ensuring that you tick all the boxes for a requirement. As I said, 71 rate squad, it's done easy enough. And could it happen? I feel personally not, but it's still a strong shout for this week's Marquee Matchups. So keep yourself prepared as always, and you never know what might happen. Now, Korea has 2 big games this week with the Super Derby, which is this game here, which is Seoul versus Suwon Blue Wings, and the other game is Ulsan versus Pohang Steelers. When they did it the last time, they did Ulsan versus Pohang. My feeling is they will go with the Super Derby this time if this game was to feature. Now, this is one of the biggest games in Korea. This is like everyone turns out for this game, I believe. So the overall might be a little bit higher than 70, but I would imagine 70 will be the highest. Or they might just go the extreme where they've been going 78 rated for for every route. So be prepared of the extreme alternative of a 78 rate squad, which would be very difficult with Korea. But I would imagine they will aim just for around that 70 rate squad, but make it hard. Partick versus Celtic is the first of the Glasgow derbies this season in the SPL or SPFL, whatever you want to call it. But for me personally, I think Partick and Celtic, not as important as Celtic versus Rangers. I don't personally feel as they will give this game the option, and with other options featured, they will probably be more important. But still, keep yourself prepared with 2 all told from Partick and Celtic. 70 overall rating. A smart option is Bruno Alves, I've noticed, of Rangers. With him being relatively cheap for a 79 rated in the league, he bumps up that overall right away. So handy to have if you've got them sitting in your club and not using them. Just throw them in, and if this option was to crop up, you'd be sorted right away. Just bumps up your rating. CSK versus Spartak is one of the Moscow derbies, and because we've not had Russia yet, I think this could finally happen. They've had the opportunity the last few weeks with other games in Russia. This has not happened, and my feeling is CSK versus Spartak has a very strong shout of being featured this week. And I would say 78 rated squad, 7 out of 10, then just kind of 2 players from both teams. Can we just look at the decent rated golds like Noboa, Maicon, Jorginho, Granqvist, Smolnikov, Akinfeev, Tasky. There's plenty to work with in the league, and you'd get a easy 78 rated squad. In all honesty, it wouldn't be too difficult. Then now the EPL starts back. There's lots of options they could go for. They could go Arsenal, Leicester, they could go Watford, Liverpool, which I've chosen. I've went with this because it's a lunchtime kick-off, it's on the television, and it could be quite logical. But then again, they might go for the evening kick-off. They could, as I said, the Friday game is Arsenal versus Leicester. There is plenty to, in all honesty, work with, so be prepared for an EPL route of some capacity. So Watford, Liverpool, the only difference is this would be an 8 rated squad, so they might just make it EPL, and then from there it's just ensuring that you've got an 80 rated squad from the EPL. Wouldn't be too difficult, but a 25k pack for your trouble. But it's hard to truly say, so be prepared for that option. Besiktas versus Antalyaspor This route is only because Beşiktaş, the Turkish league starts back this week, and Beşiktaş are the champions. And until the sport have some decent players in the team, in all honesty, a few goals to work with, and for me personally, Beşiktaş definitely deserves some option of being featured in the marquee matchups. Strong shout is an outside shout for if they don't go with some of the other games. But Emenike, Abubakar, lots of transfers in the league. Cliche, Kivrak, Mariano, there's lots to work with in the Turkish league now, so you've got a lot more to play with, so keep that in mind if this option comes up. So Bayern Leverkusen and Karlsruhe is the last option of the week. Now, because Karlsruhe got relegated and they're now in the third tier, but they're still in FIFA, so this could be the sneaky option of the week. And if it is, then be prepared for this option. A smart option is a dude at right back. He's someone I always kind of try and have in my club. I've packed him enough times this FIFA from silver packs, and that would be my smart option. Obviously this is not a guarantee, but it's a curveball option to prepare yourself with in case they were to throw a German Cup game. This is the only one they can pick from the German Cup, so be prepared on that basis. What we find this useful, as always, let me know in the comments down below what routes you fancy for the marquee matchups, and if there is any I've missed. Hopefully you've made some good profits. As I said, if it's a team of the season player for our pack this week, then it is definitely worthwhile doing. As always, take it easy, all, smash likes as always, and I will catch you all later for more FIFA 17 content.